Happy Music Monday, everyone. How are you doing? Today we have, and sorry if I mispronounce this, Ariel Carreno.
It's Carreño. I'm
Oh, okay. I'm
Mexican,
not.
so
I'm
it's
not
yeah.
gonna butcher that at
You can say
all.
Carreño.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. How are
Thanks for.
you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on. I'm just
Yeah,
posting our links here to the
yeah,
social medias of the world, so
yeah,
everyone can come chat with us.
yeah. I know. There's probably like a little delay, I'm sure.
Yes, probably a little bit. Um, So where are you from? Where are you tuning in from?
I'm tuning in from. I live a little bit north of Seattle, in Seattle, Washington, but I'm from I grew up around LA, so but I'm
Nice.
definitely West Coast. Grew
Nice.
up on the West Coast, but
Awesome.
yeah.
Very cool. So complete opposite. I love it out there
Yeah.
though. Do you have some so you're north of Seattle, you said?
Like very slightly north. It's like one of the suburbs, so usually I just say Seattle and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, Seattle."
Nice.
But
You
yeah.
get some oh no, I think that's Portland. I was gonna say, is that Voodoo Donut territory?
Yeah, no, it's Portland, but it's not super far, so
Yeah.
I have gone down there just for the voodoo donuts before. But
Nice. You have to.
yeah, they're really good. No, they're like the only kind of donuts that don't make my stomach hurt weirdly. So,
Yeah, because they're pretty ridiculous ones too. Nice.
yeah.
So I see. Well, you have a new album coming out.
Yeah, it's I'm releasing it as my debut album. I have some music on my Bandcamp that I did when I was a lot younger. So but it's not I just did it myself. And I didn't really know what I was doing, so I don't really count it. But yeah, so it's my debut album. It comes out on July 30th and it'll be available everywhere. It's called Sticky Notes. It's called Sticky Notes because I was a barista at the time and ended up writing a lot of the lyrics on sticky notes like while I was working. So
Nice. It sounds
yeah.
like a cool music video too that you could
Yeah.
do with that. Maybe a
Yeah.
nice lyric video with some
Oh, that's
sticky
a good
notes.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the cover photo I have like sticky notes like pasted on the wall behind me, and most of them are actual like were the actual sticky notes that I wrote the lyrics on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
People have done a lot of fun stuff with sticky notes as well. I'm sure you could do some fun.
Find some inspiration.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go stick them everywhere for promotional
Oh
things.
yeah, that's a good idea. I'll write it down on a sticky
Yeah.
note. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many songs are gonna be on there?
There's 13 and then there's a 14th track that is like an alternate version. I I My friend Diggy Cat, he's in the band Buff Cup. He basically held my hand through the entire album, but he introduced me to Lucky Lamond, and she is this insane pianist, and so she did a piano version for one of the songs. But
Cool.
yeah, it's very exciting.
That's awesome. We got
Yeah.
some people in the chat. Just want to say hello to everyone. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and we've got a lot of people excited for sticky notes.
Yeah.
So that's super awesome. And make sure to follow on all of the social medias
Yeah, it
are
should
up
be
here.
yeah, Ariel Carreno on everything. So
Nice. Very cool. And what type do you have a full band playing? Or are you doing more acoustic? Because I know a lot of your stuff that you've been posting online is acoustic.
yeah,
Um,
so I really am only comfortable playing guitar myself, but in on the album I have like I mentioned Diggy Cat from Buff Cup. He's playing some bass on some of the songs. He's playing he's playing some keys. He plays so many instruments. I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't remember. There's another instrument he's playing on something. But and then I have Ayla Faye is another musician on the album, and she's doing glockenspiel
oh, cool.
and some backing vocals, as well as Lucky Lamond is also doing backing vocals and piano. They're both super talented. And then I'm actually not playing guitar on most of the songs on the album. One of my friends His name is Chris Nardelli, and he's in a band called Goodwill Gold. He's playing guitar on most of the tracks because he's just a really good guitar player. And I'm more of like the singer-songwriter. Like I can play guitar and I wrote the music, but I just wanted it to sound better on the album. So
Nice. Well, that's really cool.
yeah.
Awesome. And did you record things remotely? How did you do it during this time?
Yeah, so Diggy, Ayla, and Lucky all live in California. Oh, also
Okay.
Beyonce Buff Cup, she also played bass on one of the songs. They're all in California, and then Chris, the guitar player, he just moved to Boston. So yeah, most of it was done remotely. But there's Chris was living here before, and so we recorded some of it in person, but the most of it was remote, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, that must be interesting. So they would kind of record stuff and send it to you, and then do you have a setup at home where you've been doing vocals, things like that?
Yeah, it's the most basic home setup you could ever imagine. It's like I have the tiniest little interface and a microphone, and I'm like, we're good.
Yeah, that's all you really need now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really cool.
You could get great sound with just like a decent microphone and an interface. So what are you using? What kind of interface? Is it the Scarlett or?
I have a Behringer.
Okay.
Interface, and then I honestly don't even know what my mic is. My guitar player, gave it to me.
Nice.
Yeah, but I need to get better at knowing all the equipment and stuff. That's like next on my list.
There's a lot of stuff.
It is. It's so intimidating. It's like, where do you even start?
I know. Yeah, that's basically what we've been dealing with this whole time. Is I've gotten like so many adapters for things, and like literally there's like everything is plugged in here with like a webcam, a mic, Ethernet port that computers don't have anymore, but you still need more.
Yeah.
Internet. So
yeah, no, I have an electric piano, and one of my friends told me that I can connect it as a MIDI board, and I was like, what? I was like, I need to figure out how to do that now. So yeah, the list just keeps getting bigger of things that I need to learn.
Yeah, there's a lot of lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that something you knew you were working with before this whole thing?
No.
Or did you, what did you start doing because of
well, so the album that I just finished recording, actually, like I had started recording it in person with someone. I was doing open mic nights locally, and I met somebody, and he had like an actual studio, and I started recording with him, but then the pandemic happened, and he wasn't, like, we weren't able to record anymore. So then I ended up transitioning to the remote recording. But so it was completely new. New work. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ballgame, but also pretty cool. You get to work with musicians you didn't think you maybe could have on your album. And
because I actually Diggy Cat does the Stream Team Festival, or was doing, like, when the pandemic started, and so that was he invited me at the beginning when they started doing it, and I have a lot of anxiety, which is where most of my music comes from. But so I was too anxious to even do it at first. But then he was very persistent and kept being like, are you sure? Do you want to do it next time? And then finally I was like, okay, I'll do it. And and then I ended up doing it. And I actually had a lot of fun, but I'm weirdly more nervous doing virtual live streams than playing live shows.
Yeah, I could totally see. Yeah, because it's super awkward because you're playing by yourself in your house, and then there's silence.
Yeah, I feel like it's like you can't gauge the audience reactions. Like if you suck in person, they're like, boo, get off. But I finally did the Stream Team Festival, and that was how I met Rory Kelly also.
Oh, nice.
But so that's how I met all these amazing musicians, and it was I'm glad I made that decision to finally do it. Thank you, Diggy Cat, for being so persistent.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, it definitely pushed a lot of people to kind of try it virtually, which is cool. I think it's so cool. It's better than not doing anything, so but it's definitely a learning curve of like, all right, we just played a song, wait for a comment delay.
No, definitely. But yeah, I feel like a lot of musicians I know though too, like we all, when the pandemic started, like um started writing so much music. So it's cool that we can just like instantly be able to play it too now.
Yeah, for sure. Just trying to look at the comments here. Uh, hello, Donnie, and we have Grumpy here, and I saw another. Oh, Matt loves the picture setup you
Oh,
have on your wall.
thank you. Yeah, I'm a very sentimental person. I love pictures, love photos.
Nice. So do you have are those like Polaroids you got there?
Yeah, some of them are Polaroids. It's like my friends and family. But I recently got over the pandemic. I've gotten into film photography, so that's been a lot of fun. But then I've got like some art and stuff too. But yeah, but those are all like some of them. Most of them are Polaroids, I think. Yeah.
Cool. So you've been getting into photography. I also saw you were you doing a bit of traveling too?
So I went to go see my friends and family. Like I'm from Southern California, so I had gone down to Southern California, and I'm going back down again because I managed to get a ticket to a Phoebe Bridgers concert, um, which you know I'm really excited to go back to live shows. But yeah, that's the extent of my traveling.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Did you kind of stop along the way there? You just kind of went straight to.
Oh, I just flew. I flew down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay. Nice.
I sometimes I haven't made the scenic route down yet. I've only ever like driven straight up and down, but at some point I want to take the scenic route.
Yeah. It's a really cool, very cool drive
Yeah.
through there. Um, and there's is this wait, I don't know how to say that, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's a rough cut. That's
But
Diggy
okay,
Cat.
okay, all right, cool. And so they're glad you made that decision, and you're
Yeah.
amazing. So awesome.
Oh, thank you, Diggy Cat.
Yeah. So you've been doing photography. I get was that something you kind of like to do before that you picked back up again, or
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just like being separated from people has made me very much cherish any second that I get with people now. So I'm just like,
mm-hmm.
I need a picture so I can extra remember the moment. So
Yeah.
mostly
Remember
that.
that we were
Yeah.
together in real
Yeah.
life? Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I like I love social media. I'm very glad that it exists, but also there's something so different about like the tangible photos, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I love the aspect about film photos is they immediately make you feel nostalgic, even though if you took it like 2 days ago, it's like, whoa, this feels like it was forever ago, and I'm gonna share it with my children or something, you know?
Right. Did you get a Polaroid camera?
No, I have like actually I have it right here. I have like a little, it's like a point and click.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have like one of the little Instax mini, like the little rainbow colored ones.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, like I have to actually go and get the film developed and stuff.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, it just they look so like super vintage looking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super fun.
That's
I feel like
awesome.
that probably makes me seem really young, that I'm like, oh, the film photos super vintage, but
No, it's I didn't even realize I forgot about those types of cameras and going to like where do you go? Do you develop them yourself? Because
um I've developed one roll with a friend of mine who sold me the camera, but I no, I do take it to like an actual in Seattle. It's like super common now and super hipstery. So
mm-hmm.
there's a few photography shops, but I go to one of the local ones and like pay to get them developed.
Nice.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome. What I think what is it like the red light kind of dark
yeah,
rooms?
yeah, it's crazy because like I would be too scared. I'm like I did it the one time because I had my friend who's done it like a million times before, but to do it on my own, I'm like I feel like I would just expose the film and ruin it immediately. So
Yeah, I think I did a class in like high school with it, and I wouldn't remember how to do it now, but it was
yeah,
definitely it's a cool process
yeah, that's so
to
cool.
do. Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah,
Cool. So are you planning to do live shows and stuff like that when your album comes out?
yeah. I'm doing one live show that I have scheduled. It's here in Washington, but it's actually um like really north of Seattle. I was invited weirdly. I was a barista like when I wrote the album, and one of my regulars at the coffee shop, he was also a musician, and we had connected, and he saw that he like followed my Facebook page, and he saw that I had music coming out, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to play this live show in August?" And so in August, towards the end, I'm doing a live show like way up in Granite Falls. And it's like this, there's going to be tons of other musicians playing, but they're doing like this camping thing. I'm not a huge camper myself, so
Me
I'm just
neither.
going to watch and play music, and then I'm going to leave. But
Yeah.
but it sounds really cool for people that like camping and listening to music.
Yeah.
But and then I have I'm doing a bunch of virtual shows coming up too. I'm doing like this little like concert series. I'm doing it over Music Magazine's Facebook page, Maddie Rock's Experience, BBT Live, and Lucky Star Radio. And then I also am opening on one of Rory Kelly's Monday night shows.
Cool.
But so I like to just kind of promote the album coming out. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have somewhere, because it's interesting of like where people are doing physical shows and virtual shows and how you would find them? Is there certain ways that you've been looking for virtual shows versus say a physical show, a real show, not a real?
I've been like super lucky, and most of the virtual shows, like people like today, like people have reached out to me. I really need to be better about being proactive and reaching out myself, but I am hoping to start looking for live shows soon, but I actually don't even know where to start.
Right.
I feel like Facebook is a pretty big platform at this point, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's kind of everyone has to re-navigate everything new again and kind of see what's going on, what clubs are still open, who's doing what now. And, did you kind of see in your area where there are certain, places you used to play or go to that?
Well, so I was mostly doing like open mics. Like I hadn't really started playing shows where I was actually playing. I was trying to get used to being on stage again. But I just moved from the area that I was living in. So I've been like inching closer and closer to Seattle because I was pretty far north of Seattle for a while. But I want to start finding places like in Seattle. But one of my friends just had a show at a venue in Seattle. So I think over here, like most people are vaccinated in Washington. So things are pretty open here. So I think once I start looking, it probably won't be that hard.
Yeah, but and things have like, kind of started working and
yeah.
Oh, and also a very Shark Week is over, but I'm a big Shark Week fan. So just want to wish everyone a happy Shark Week and hope everyone, and which is why I have my Shark Bite coffee shirt on. I literally just got in the mail today.
Oh, nice. Just in time for post Shark Week.
Yeah, post Shark Week. I didn't get to watch everything live, so I'm going to do a big binge watching of Shark Week shows.
I feel like that's something that's been really cool about the pandemic is like things like this, like where it was live, but you don't have to necessarily watch it live. Like it'll be available afterwards and stuff. Like that's super cool.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And yes, Shark Week is never over for me.
Yeah. Shark Day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think last year was like the first time I was ever home fully for a full Shark Week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So did you get into any other types of hobbies or learn any other new things, like not music related?
I tried to get into roller skating. I already had a pair of roller skates.
Nice.
So, but I was trying, I can roller skate forwards. Okay. But I was trying to learn how to roller skate backwards. It's so hard. It's really hard.
I haven't been on a pair of those in, I don't know how long.
Yeah. But before the pandemic, I had tried to take like a roller derby class. Cause derby's pretty popular in Seattle.
That's awesome.
But during the class, I tried to skate backwards, and they told me that I was like too afraid to fall. So they were like, you need to practice falling so you can get good at this. So that was my quarantine hobby, is learning how to fall on roller skates.
How'd you do?
Well, I gave it up pretty quickly, not
Yeah.
gonna lie, but it was fun while it lasted. So
Nice. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I love the. I'm gonna say the idea of roller derby because I've never actually gone to see it, but I'm like I always want to go to that. It
Yeah.
seems super cool. Do you
Yeah.
go to anything around you?
Yeah, I had some friends that were doing it for a while, so I've gone to a couple of their I don't know if they're called like meets, derby meets,
Yeah.
but it's super cool. Yeah, it's pretty intense, but I want to do it, but I feel like I would probably be too scared to actually play derby. But I do want to skate like that. I just want to skate like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
And every time I see it in like a show or something, I'm like, hey, that looks fun. Where are they happening around here?
Yeah, no, yeah, here there's the big teams is I know there's like Jet City Roller Derby Girls and then there's Rat City, which they always have super cool names too.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, they always do. They always have the best
yeah.
team names and like clothes and outfits. I'm like,
Yes.
they seem just like really cool. And I don't know anyone. I think there is one here in Long Island. I'm pretty sure there's a team.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I should look into that more. But if anyone knows, feel free to comment them in here so we could check them out. We always wanted to play one too.
That'd be cool.
Because they usually have bands or something play at, they're very music, like the music shows and a roller derby shows kind of together. Yeah. I'm like, let's link up. Let's do this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, if you do that, I'll have to fly over there and go see it.
Yeah, or we could do like a derby tour and just go to different meets and just play a bunch of derbies.
That would be fun. So awesome. Oh my gosh.
But maybe you could play one.
That would be amazing. I feel like my music's a little too sad to play in a roller derby meet, but yeah. But what about you? Did you get in any quarantine hobbies?
I did the acrylic pour painting thing, which there's literally like paintings everywhere.
You did those?
I did all of these, not the Wonder Woman.
So cool. Yeah,
but
that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I did that and just kind of just tried to get better at playing guitar and singing and stuff like that. Just try to, and I did a lot of video editing and just learning to be better at Photoshop and editing videos, things like that. So that was kind of my,
Yeah, I know. I feel like I missed my opportunity. Although I was working because I was a barista and my coffee shop never closed the whole time.
Okay,
so,
well that's good. That's good.
yeah. So I didn't have quite as much time, but I still feel like I missed my opportunity to really focus on that.
I kind of still feel like I did. I was like, I'm not busy enough, which is because I'm like I was always busy, always on the road, always doing things, and then I'm like, okay, I have to find a bunch of things I need to do, and set up a schedule and do a bunch of stuff. So,
yeah.
And I guess watch a lot of stuff. Did you get into any cool shows or
marathons? I binge watched all of the Vampire Diaries. Also Gilmore Girls. I like to choose the longer shows.
Yeah.
I rewatched Harry Potter.
Same.
Yeah.
Did that with Lord of the Rings as well.
Oh, Lord of the Rings is so good.
Yeah.
I need to add that one to
the list.
The queue, yeah.
Yeah. And all the Marvel movies in order.
Oh yeah. I know. Marvel is like, oh yeah, I've thrown out these shows.
Oh yeah, we just finished Loki.
Yeah, super good.
Yeah,
my dad and I are gonna watch it. I'm rewatching it with him because I already watched it, but he hasn't seen it yet, so won't spoil it for anybody.
So no spoilers yet.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Did you see Black Widow yet?
No, not yet. I really want to, but because is that the one? I think it's like you have to pay a lot of money, right? It's like
I think it's like $30 on Disney Plus. But I did just go see it for the first time in a movie theater.
Oh, right. I forgot that movie theaters are open.
Yes. There was only like 6 people in there, so it was great.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was like big seats, recliners, and like 6 people in the entire theater. I was like, perfect.
Perfect. Oh
I could do this.
Yeah. No, that was something that I like loved going to the movies before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I definitely should. I don't know why. That's like the one thing that I keep forgetting is back is the movie theater. So
I know, and we were like, I was like, we have to have Black Widow be our first, or like any Marvel movie that comes out first. That's the first movie we're going to in the theater,
Yeah.
And like, I feel like movies like that you need to see on a big screen. I just love seeing a movie like that on a big screen.
Yeah, because that's the first Marvel movie that's come out since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? So okay, yeah, all right. I'm gonna see that one in theaters then.
Yeah, I'm still a little upset I couldn't see Wonder Woman in the theater.
Oh right, yeah.
Because I feel like movies like that are meant to be so big, and then like you watch them on, even if you have a nice TV and sound and stuff, it's just like, man, this would have been really cool on the big screen.
Yeah, unless I mean, everyone didn't invest in a home theater setup, right? Like
Right,
giant
exactly.
one.
Yeah,
I wish.
Right, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See if anyone else binge watched anything on here. Apparently, there is a place with roller derby events around here. And all of the extended Lord of the Rings, yes, of course, extended versions. Yes. Try to think if I do a lot of crime drama shows, so like Law and Order, SVU.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I like X-Files. It's like more the
okay. I haven't gotten into that one yet.
Oh.
Tried Walking Dead again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm only on the first season again. I feel like I've watched it years ago and then stopped, and now I'm like, let's try it again.
Yeah, I like The Walking Dead, but then I watched up until one of my favorite characters was killed off, and then I was like, I can't do it anymore. But it was good while it lasted.
Did they redo X-Files? Like, is it a new there's new episodes out now, right?
There was, I think, like it was within the last few years they did a couple new episodes. I think it was like 6 new episodes, but I actually don't think I saw those. I don't know. Yeah, but the classic X-Files, like I think even like the older effects, like it just kind of makes it funny now, even if it doesn't look scary, because I know it's like kind of scary back then. But
and Erica says that X-Files still holds up. Oh yeah, I did. Do you watch Supernatural?
I've seen some episodes. No, of the Super Wholock, I got Doctor Who and Sherlock, but I'd only seen some episodes of Supernatural. But
okay, yeah, because they ended that, I think, in the middle of last year.
Really?
That's a lot of seasons. It's like
it just ended.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
maybe I'll have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah, because I think there's at least 14 seasons.
Wow, 14?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but that's
very good. Dean Winchester? He was in Gilmore Girls, so.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe it was Sam. I'm not sure. I don't know which one's which.
The really tall one?
The really tall one.
Okay, so that's Sam.
That's Sam. Yeah, he was on Gilmore Girls.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
15 seasons.
15. That's a lot.
Wow, that's insane.
Well, I know SVU's I think on 22 now, so.
Yeah. Well, is that one of the ones where they like switch characters, so it's not always the same set of main characters, or it does follow the same main characters?
I mean, now it's been pretty much it's pretty much all the same characters.
Okay.
And they've been doing more of a like consistent storyline than like earlier, where you could just like pop in, watch an episode, and like that's it. They've been kind of doing it more like, oh, I have to see next week's episode,
Yeah.
Afterlife on Netflix. I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either. Is it more zombies?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Supernatural. It's always Sam and Dean, but yeah. I haven't seen any of these either, but you mentioned the Vampire Diaries, right?
The originals and legacies are like the spin-off series.
Okay.
I never got into the spin-off shows, but the original Vampire Diaries, I loved that when it was coming out, but I don't think I had finished it while it was coming out. I have such a hard time waiting for the next week the new episode to come out.
Yes.
So now that all of these shows are done, I'm like, okay, now I'll watch them.
Yeah. Totally.
Except for the Marvel ones. Those are the ones I'm like, okay, I will keep up with you.
Yeah. But even so, I think with the WandaVision, they put out 2 episodes at the first day. I think they put out 2 episodes, and I was like, okay, perfect. I'm like, wait, we need more.
Yeah.
Release all of them.
Especially the way that WandaVision progressed, it was like, what? I need it now.
I don't know if it was intentional too, but each episode got longer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was, but like the first episode was only like, 30 minutes, and I'm wondering if that was part of like how shows used to be shorter and now they're. But I don't know. I don't know if that's. I'm like, I wonder if that's like what they were thinking, because they did a lot of that stuff.
Now they're gonna hear you say that and they'll be like, oh yeah, we totally did that.
Yeah, we totally did. Yeah, we meant it.
Yeah.
Well, they put in so many details of that show of like filming it like it was, the 70s or 60s, whatever, But that was a really cool way that they did that show.
Yeah, I loved that one. It was really good.
I know. Now I'm like, all right, now release Doctor Strange already.
Yeah, right?
We need them all now.
I know. It's so hard I know, because I heard that Loki season 2 probably won't be until like, 2023?
Oh, geez.
I was like,
that's
no.
so long.
I know. I was like, come on. We need it now.
I know. I wonder what the next thing they have coming out is.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
I don't know either.
I saw somebody in the chat at one point said they didn't have anything announced.
Oh, man.
I know. I was like, no.
That's terrible.
I know.
So for your release, are you going to do any music videos or things like that?
I actually just filmed one about 2 weeks ago with my best friend. It's very, very low key. It's nothing like super big, but like she's got the newest iPhone, so it was just on that. But
nice.
It's gonna be for one of the songs on the album. It's called "Bring Me Home," but it's gonna be a little funny video. And then I have a friend of mine he does graphic design, and he's doing like a lyric video, an animated lyric video for me.
Nice.
So I've got at least 2, and then I might be doing some more later on, but I've got 2 that are going to be ready. So
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And are you releasing any singles before the release, or are you just kind of doing everything?
So on Spotify already, I have End of Spring and Happy New Year.
Okay, cool.
And those are both singles from the album. Yeah. Kind of this was like very much a learning experience all the way around, because I had released them before I'd finished the album even. So Happy New Year, the version that's on the album, is actually slightly different. But End of Spring, it's the same version on the album. So I definitely learned a lot of things along the way. But I think End of Spring came out I released it in October of 2020, and then Happy New Year came out. My birthday is New Year's Eve, and it came out New Year's Eve of 2020. So nice. Yeah, then the album casually comes out 7 months later.
Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then do you have a plan on your release dates for any of the music videos yet, or are you just kind of seeing what happens?
Nothing confirmed yet, but I'm thinking the first one will probably be...
I'm just going to put this up because they're asking about music videos while we're talking about your music videos.
Yeah, nothing confirmed yet for the release dates of the videos, but I'm thinking the first one probably within the first few weeks of the album release. But yeah, but that's another part, is like figuring out like when is good to release what, like
yeah,
how do I music?
Yeah, exactly. There's no real right answers anymore. I mean, I feel like it's just kind of...
Yeah, especially I feel like at least from the little that I've seen, is that everything has been changing so much lately anyway. So it does. I guess learning the old isn't quite as important.
Right.
Aw.
And Matt said he just looked you up and everything he's heard is beautiful.
Thank you. That means so much.
Awesome. Yeah, everyone make sure to follow. Oh, are you, so you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Are you on any other social medias?
I have a Twitch that I have not started using yet, but I am going to figure out how to do that, because like I know Ayla Faye from the stream team, and she's on my album. I know she's been using Twitch, and I know Rory Kelly uses Twitch.
Mm-hmm. We're on Twitch right now.
Yeah. So I have a Twitch, but I need to figure out how to use it myself. But yeah, and then across like music streaming platforms, I should be on everything.
Cool. Yeah, Twitch is. I mean, we are streaming on Twitch, so feel
Yeah.
free to follow us
Yeah, I will.
and I just still don't understand it really either. I mean, the magic of the internet, it goes there and everyone
Yeah.
can watch it there. But
I know,
I mean,
like,
I open it and there's some weird channels that show up sometimes.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know, like, I just found out, like, a few weeks ago even that cross-platform streaming was a thing. I was like,
mhm.
"Oh," I mean, like, it made sense logically, but, I was like, I don't know, I never thought about that being a thing, but it's super, super cool, but, I'd always associated Twitch with video games, and
Mhm.
so I had never been like, "Oh, I should stream music on Twitch," but
Right. Yeah. So I know. Yeah. Same here with thinking like, oh, it's just video games, things like that. But and I'm sure it obviously probably happened before the pandemic, but then I think it definitely took off
yeah.
with literally any type of thing you want on there, just like
Yeah.
YouTube. Like there are
Mhm.
corners for kind of everything.
Yeah, I know people. I knew that I'd seen people like eating food, streaming eating food on here on Twitch as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's been some weird ones that have popped up of like just someone just sleeping and people are just watching them sleep and that's all they're doing.
and they're not doing anything like no sleep talking,
No,
sleepwalking.
no,
Oh
and nothing else. Just sleeping.
wow, that's interesting. That kind of reminds me of oh gosh, there's like that Norwegian. Is it slow TV where it's just like,
I don't
have you
know.
heard of that?
No.
It's really cool. It's like super popular over there, and it's just like TV of like hours. Like they had like a 50-hour show of like a train ride, but it's super popular over there. But it's like I've heard it's just to like help you like help fix like your narrative. So it's like instead of watching for entertainment purposes, it's like make you feel back into real life, you know, that so it doesn't do you ever feel like you need this sense of excitement in your life and stuff, but it's like, you know, sometimes you can just chill and like be an actual human being and not have to be super
Yeah,
exciting all the time, but it's like super popular over there, like
that's interesting.
they stream it like all the time now, I think, of like different things, like sometimes they have like just like sometimes it's like the train shots, but then sometimes it's like people fishing, like doing really mundane tasks.
Right.
But
Yeah, and I do. That's on YouTube as well
yeah,
for sure. Um, but yeah, well, if anyone has any shows like that they watch or whatever on Twitch, let us know what you're
yeah,
watching. What's going on there? There are some other weird things. Like I don't know, and I don't know why because I haven't really dug into Twitch that much. But you
mhm.
know, I've seen people editing their photography and just showing you this is
Oh,
how
that's
I'm
cool.
editing and things like that. Which I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's super cool. That's it's just them do like you said, mundane tasks, like just
yeah.
doing like stuff like that. But then I opened it last week, and there was just a girl in a tub, like in a like a kiddie pool in their house
Hmm.
in a bathing suit, just like hanging out, just talking to people, and
Yeah.
like, and I have so many questions. I'm like, where's the water gonna go after
Yeah.
you're done with this stream? What if there's a leak?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would give me so much
So I'm
anxiety.
like, I'm like, can I just comment? Like, I'm not trying to be mean or I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Um, Usually, oh, hold on, I don't know about. It's considered rude to post another Twitch channel during a stream, but since I asked,
Oh,
Pixel Circuits and Robotron. Oh, cool. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, we
what do
want
they
to know
do?
what else is going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do they do? What we want to know what people are doing,
Yeah.
but we'll totally check them out as well.
Hmm. No, I feel like it's good to support other people, right?
For sure, yeah. I'm like, yeah, post away. Let's.
Yeah.
I want to check out what everyone else is checking out.
Yeah. She has some
A
a mop
mop
on
stand
standby.
for the
Yeah.
kiddie pool. I guess so, but that would be kind of funny if it just like had a hole and just started deflating during the
Oh my
stream.
gosh. Yeah. It's like slowly someone comments, they're like looking through the comments and someone's like, there's water on your living room floor. And she's like,
Yeah,
oh
you have a leak. Excuse me.
gosh. Yeah.
Check your comments.
Yeah.
There's a flood.
Yeah. I know one of my friends, she does like video game streaming, and she was telling me how like she has to have a mod so in the chat because she gets some like nasty people unfortunately in the
Mm-hmm.
comments. So I know that stuff like that's like pretty intense too. Okay. Pixel Circus focuses on role playing. Oh, D&D streaming. That sounds fun. Oh,
That's
that's so
awesome.
cool actually. That's really cool. And then
And,
Australian stand-up comedy. All right.
all right, cool. I'm thankful for the pandemic because you've met people digitally that you wouldn't have met, and now you want to meet in reality. That's
Yeah,
also a cool part of the, I guess, social media world in general,
no,
because that's
definitely
why
makes
we've been
sense.
doing things like this, because we get to, you know, meet
Yeah.
different artists and bands, and we get to cross promote so everyone can check each other out.
Yeah,
And
no, it's awesome.
when things start getting like really back together with touring and things like that, then hopefully we get to see you in real life one day.
That's super exciting.
Yeah. We have a Rory Kelly fan and
Ayla Faye.
Ayla Faye. I'm like, I don't want to butcher these names.
Yeah,
My bad
no worries,
accent.
I get that.
So now
Aww.
Facebook is ignored in favor of. Well, I don't think Facebook's thing is kind of like meant for video game stream. I think it's just a different thing of what, like, I don't go to Facebook to watch, like, or like YouTube. I'm always like, how do I learn this? How do I do this? And then you just get in a rabbit hole of things.
Yeah. Oh, that's something over the pandemic because I've done a lot of cooking and a lot of it has been from YouTube. A lot of YouTube recipes.
Any fun things you've made?
I've made a lot of pies. Like I made like a cherry pie, like all the fruits basically. But then I made a vegetable pot pie. I'm a vegetarian, so I made veggie pot pie. And then I learned how to make flan, which is like a Mexican dessert. I don't know if you've had it.
Is that the thin? No, it's not the thin.
It's like
layers.
it's like almost like a jello-y.
Yes, I have had it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super. I thought it was going to be a lot harder to make, but it wasn't that difficult. But it's super fun. Yeah, but that was probably the most fun thing that I made. But I've made like, I made like a vegan katsu curry. That was so good.
Nice. Yeah. What is something you're thankful for over the pandemic?
I mean, I've definitely virtually connected with like old friends that I've like moved away from, or like I've gotten to make music with people, and like I feel like I wouldn't have even thought that making music remote like would have been like a thing before.
Right.
So that's been super awesome. Very thankful for that.
Yeah, I think there was definitely different ways to be creative that you would have never done before. Like we did a music video where we all filmed. We were on a Zoom call, but we had separate cameras on us, and we filmed us like passing items through the screen.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So if anyone wants to check it out, it's for our song Schadenfreude, and it's on our YouTube channel.
Okay, I'll check that out afterwards.
Maybe I'll try it. I think if I go on YouTube, it'll start playing it. But
yeah.
But yeah, we would like pass the items through the screen and grab them and things like that to each other, or toss things, and then my drummer Mel threw a puzzle at me through the screen, and then a puzzle got thrown on me. So it's like we tried doing that, which is super cool, and we would have never thought of that if we were together, because it wouldn't have been a thing that you would have ever thought of. I'm like, oh, that would be an interesting thing to do. And then learning how to edit that, you know, I spent a long time editing that, because it was like, it's like you have to get the cuts like so. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's awesome. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, it was a really fun one. And then we did another one where we had other people send in them, like on Snapchat filters, things like that, of them lip singing one of our songs and then kind of putting that all together. So it's like everyone was virtually singing.
So cute.
Yeah.
I know. I think actually, I know Rough Cup, they did a video too, like where they all remotely recorded it. Like that's so cool. I should figure out how to do that too.
It was cool.
It's super fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
the
that was a cool.
creativity was forced to be more creative. I definitely feel that. I was like, I'm gonna make myself be creative during all this. Because I honestly feel like sometimes forcing yourself to do it just makes it come out naturally, which I guess is it
Yeah,
natural at that point? Maybe not, but
yeah. But sometimes when you feel like you're forced to do it, sometimes you're like, I don't know where to start or what even to do
yeah,
right now. But it's like sometimes you're just like, all right, let me just like not even think about it for a bit, and then you're like, okay, here's the time to do it, and that's it.
yeah,
You know, like restricting your time on, you know,
yeah,
that specific thing, like writing or something. You're like, well, I haven't written anything in a while. Like, all right, you have 20 minutes, just write something.
yeah.
You know, and
No,
even
like
if it's nothing, it's like at least you sat down and just like
yeah.
did
It,
something.
it's like it's good practice to like get into that zone for sure.
Hmm.
But I have an easier time writing lyrics, so I tend to like I have like Google Docs filled with lyrics, and then I'll find time and I'll be like, okay, I'll sit down. And like a few weeks ago, I sat down with a couple pages of lyrics, and I was like, I'm writing music for these today. And then I finally like was able to, and some of them it was like some of them were like didn't quite stick, but then some of them I was like, okay, this is I think this is really cool, very exciting for this, I was very
Hmm.
excited for this, but then it gets the ball rolling.
Yeah. There's definitely like I have like 5 different places where I'll write lyrics. So I'm like, all right, combine your thoughts somewhere. You know, because
Yeah.
like you'll have a note on your phone with a few things, and then a voice memo with another
Yeah.
part, and then a notebook with other things. And I'm like, okay, let's condense and like
Yeah.
combine, and then
You
so
get me.
I did I did a lot of that. I haven't gone through all the voice memos yet, but some of my memos are just named like so ridiculous, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
even remember what this is or what I was doing.
Yeah. No, I have an iPhone and it like sometimes it'll save it like where I am. Like it'll save the name as like so I'll be on the freeway and it's like named freeway, like the freeway that I'm on, and I'm like, that's fun. I guess I'll try to remember that.
Yeah.
But
You have a song called Freeway, right?
yeah, I should name one.
I
No,
know. I think yeah, it's just crazy.
yeah.
All the random, like a lot of mine are just like new recording 22, 23, 24, riff, riff 2, bass riff, get a riff. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Even when during rehearsals too, we're recording. It's like this song, this one times two, this one full with the
Yeah.
ending question mark. So I'm like, I could go through these and,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
and just condense.
Yeah, because like I usually write lyrics, but like I'm really bad if I step away from lyrics, then I have a hard time finishing them later. So most of the
Yeah.
time I sit down and I write all the lyrics. But for one of the songs on my album, it's called Roots, and that one is like one of the very few where it's like I had lyrics here, 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 like in all these different notes, like where I just like was able to scribble them, and so it was like a compiled of a bunch of like random lyrics that ended up magically fitting together, and I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. Sometimes it works out that way.
Yeah.
But that's just a new recording 444 is a demo I got from an artist on Patreon.
I love it. I love that.
That's kind of great.
Yeah.
I kind of want to name the song like new recording 523.
Yeah, or what is it like is it Kendrick Lamar who's got like Untitled 01 or something? It's got like his whole album
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
We are going to wrap it up in a few minutes, so I want you to replug all of your stuff so that anyone at the
Yeah.
end here knows what you got going on.
Yeah, yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. It's Ariel_Carreno. That's probably the one I'm most active on, but I do have a Facebook page. It's Ariel Does Music, or you should be able to find it under Ariel Carreno as well. But I have my debut album, Sticky Notes, coming out on July 30th. Very excited to finally share it with everybody. Yeah, and it'll be available on all music streaming platforms under Ariel Carreno. So
Awesome. Very cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. And then a last question we like to ask all of the guests here is, what is something positive you could leave off on for either people listening to music or playing music, something positive to kind of leave off on through these
Yeah.
times.
So I definitely feel like music is something that is so beautiful and so subjective that no matter what, somebody is gonna like it. So if just like, and especially if you're using it as like an outlet for emotions, definitely keep making it. Even if you feel like it's not great, just keep practicing and keep writing it. Just keep letting it out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. That's great. And one last, what about
How about
MySpace?
MySpace? Yeah.
I
I
forget
think
what
that was
it's
actually
called.
before my time.
I forget what it's called, but someone like recreated a new site that looks like the like original MySpace.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
so
don't
funny.
know if anyone's on it, but and I forget what it's called because but
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. Are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok. I think
Okay.
I'm Ariel does music on TikTok or Ariel does things. I'm trying to get more active on it. But if you follow my Facebook or Instagram, I will post my TikTok there so you can find it.
Oh, it's called Space Hay.
Oh, Space Hey, that's so funny.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us on here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Awesome. And we can't wait to hear your album when it comes out. And thank you everyone in the chat for tuning
Thank you,
in
everyone.
and watching on the replay. If you're watching on the replay, make sure to comment as well and say hey. And and we'll see you next time. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.